Hello everybody and happy fall. This is Gina from 22 Farms. We wanted to do another episode for you. We've had a lot of activity lately, a lot of animals moving around, trying to get ready for winter and making new spaces for some of our new animals. So we thought we'd give you a quick tour of where is everybody. So come on along. All right, first up is our chicken coop. You may have remembered seeing this a couple of videos ago where we used to have a quarter of my garden shed was for the chickens. At one point we moved that this summer to half of the shed, and as you'll see here, we are now at the entire garden shed is dedicated for the chickens. We did that recently because, again, with winter coming, we wanted them to have enough space, and also because we were planning on taking in some more, as you probably have seen from previous posts. So let's take a look at the space they have now. All right, so as usual, we have our 22 blue door. That's kind of our theme here at the farm. And like I mentioned, they now have the entire garden shed for their space. A couple of funny, interesting points. See that garbage can over there? We did used to use it as a actual garbage can until I found that the chickens were laying some of their eggs in there, so we decided to just go with it. We put some hay in there and brought it in, and what do you know? There's a couple of eggs in there. So we do also have some other places for them to lay. You can see there's one in there. We did build a pretty elaborate nesting box system, which has now been taken over by the ducks in a different space. So we're going with that as well. We did take down the wall, part of the wall and the door that used to be here, so that they can again enjoy the entire space. A couple different ways for them to get in and out. They didn't do a very good job of eating their vegetables last night, but they're working on them. There's some leftover tomatoes from the garden. And then really our biggest project, you can see they have a little swing there and a mirror. Yes, chickens do love to look at themselves in the mirror. But our project that we're working on for winter here is the new window. The window that was here previously did not actually work, so you couldn't open and close it. So it was going to make it a little hard to keep it warm in here for the winter. So Chris is in the middle of finishing that nice new window. Again, this window was one that we found in our back barn, so it was free, and we're just trying to make the most of things that we've had around the farm. So Shadow has decided to join me on the tour. Little Shadow, again, she's one of our polydactyl kittens, who of course is now hiding now that I decided to call her out for following me around. But this is the chicken space. Of course, as I come in here, they are all outside, free ranging at the moment. So maybe we'll see a couple of them as we go. All right, this next space is probably the most familiar space to anyone who's been on the farm, because this is where you enter the pastures and is the first place that we usually stop when we're doing a tour. We have since dedicated this space to only our larger feathered friends, so our ducks, our geese, and of course our friend Henry the turkey, and the goats. So the pigs no longer participate or get to be a part of this space. As you can hear them in the background, they actually have their own space, which we'll go to next. But let's take a look at the goat and large feathered friend space. So again, this is the space that has all of the names of everybody who is in our pastures. Yes, that is Elise. If you've been here, you very much know her as well. And I'm always welcomed by my buddy Walter and my other, we'll call him a buddy, Henry. All right, so this is their space. There is our goat tower, which desperately needs to be rebuilt. So if anybody is handy or creative, please do let us know. You have probably seen this space in pictures because this is where we built the pond for our geese and our ducks, which they still use every day. Although, as proof here, they also do much prefer sometimes just the good old-fashioned mud puddle. So there's one of our geese that is Marty, and then his buddy there, Maverick, and our 3 ducks saying hello as well. Again, they share this space. And of course, can't go in a video without seeing Henry the turkey. The nice part about this space is this area over here. So if you're familiar with goats, the ideal situation for them is to only have a 3-sided shelter. Hello, Harry. And the reason for that is they are pretty hardy. They do need to go outside even in the winter and the cold months. So this allows them some space to climb. Thank you, Harry. This old manure barn cleaning system actually used to drive me crazy that it was still in here, but the goats love it because they can climb on it. So this gives them some space to climb around, to have some upper area space. And then, as I mentioned, our original nesting box that has now been taken over by the ducks. We still, of course, do get some chickens that lay their eggs in here, as well as our sweet girl, used to be Quacklemore. Now we're starting to call her Maury, the duck that we thought was a boy until some very helpful people were able to explain the concept of a drake feather, which is how you can identify whether a duck is a girl or a boy. So we now know who our girl duck is. But this again is the goat in large feathered friend space. Thank you, Harry, again. And also the one thing we're trying to figure out is the ducks and the geese will go in there at night to stay warm, but we do want to kind of figure out a better way to keep them even warmer. So we're kind of looking up for some ideas on that. And again, Henry, of course, showing off for everybody. Hi, buddy. And my good friend, Walter, Maggie, and Rockstar George. All right, we're gonna keep on moving into our next pasture, which used to have our sheep and our lambs and is now completely dedicated to our pigs. I'd like to say that our pigs were driving our sheep crazy, but it was probably mutual. Pigs get a little bit excited at mealtime, and so it created quite the stir in the barn. With the addition of potentially 5 new pigs coming, we really just wanted them to have their own space as well as the sheep. And since we had already built our little handicap ramp for our sweet Sally, and they had already done what we like to call landscaping in this pasture, we decided that it was best to leave the pigs here and build the sheep a new space. So let's take a look. And it's a beautiful sunny day, so a couple of our residents, oh my gosh, are out and about. And if you can see, oh goodness, there is Archie. He was in the actual water bowl, taking a little bit of a bath. That feel good, buddy? Oh yeah, you know it did. Yes, Archie is one of our most entertaining pigs. And his little buddy here, Elise, yeah, if you've ever come to the farm, you're used to Elise's squeal. That's what she does. But this is the space for the pigs. As you can see, their outdoor space. Again, pretty nice for them. Right now, we have, let's see, the 2 potbellies. I'm sorry, the 3 potbellies, the 2 Julianas, and of course Sally, our Berkshire hog. This is what I mean by the pigs have done a good job landscaping. Rooting is an essential part of what they do on a day-to-day basis, and they have done a fantastic job with this pasture, so that's part of why we decided to dedicate this pasture to our pigs. All right, hello there, buddy. How are you? Yes, you want to say hi to the camera? This is Waylon, one of our newest piggies. Hi, buddy. And we'll come on in here. I'm guessing Sally is hanging out inside. You're probably wondering why we have a dog house, or what appears to be a dog house. This is actually came with our potbelly pig Bucky, and he loves it. He loves to hang out in there. He is over here at the moment, rubbing himself up on that log. But he loves to be in there, so we decided to just keep it out there for him. It gives him comfort, so that is Bucky's place. And as you come in, there's Miss Sally. This then is the indoor portion of the piggy area. So they have, hello Sally, say hi to everyone. Beautiful girl. We've got our friend Jojo over here. Just relaxing. Hi Jojo. Hi baby. Can you say hi too? Oh yes you can, you're a talker, you know that. Okay, it is nap time. But again, this is the space then for the piggies indoor. At this point, they can come in and out throughout the day and night as they please. But obviously, as it gets colder, we'll be keeping them inside at night. But for now, this is the pig space. So last, but certainly not least, is our newest space, our newest pasture that we have dedicated for our lambs and sheep. We did some permanent fencing and some temporary fencing just to get them by for the winter and allow for us to take in those additional animals. We'll see how things play out in the spring and maybe try and replace some of that temporary fencing with some permanent fencing. But let's take a look at their space. All right, so again, they have access to inside and outside throughout the day. Take the camera a second to adjust here. We have our babies. Hello, Miss Charlotte, our pasture puppy. This is their space. Again, they get their hay and their grain. They actually prefer at this point to lay on the concrete, so we do have some hay over there for them to lay on, but like I said, up until now, they usually push it aside in order to lay on the concrete, so I'm sure that will change come winter, but for now we gave them plenty of space, makes it cleaning a little bit easier as well. But again, if we come out this way then, this is out to their pasture. We did have to, I say that, but Chris did have to go and take down a lot of the overgrown pasture that was out there in order to give them some extra space. But they have access all the way out to what was the original fence line, and then kind of cutting in through and over with our ability to get in, and of course Lane, my other shadow that loves to follow me everywhere I go. Hi babies, you coming out for some sunshine? Oh, he knows who's boss. It is the sheep. And then for those of you who have been here, you probably know this is the future site of where we hope to keep our large animals. At this point, we don't have any electricity or water out to that last pole barn, so that'll be on a future project for us. Time and money is everything, and we will, once we get that, we'll be able to take in some larger animals, and then we can work on, we left them some space, we can work on building out a pasture for them out in the backside. In the meantime, my babies, as you've probably seen from other videos, hello babies, have come out to say hi and get some fresh air, so we love to see them out doing their thing on these cooler days. Mr. Barney, hello, a favorite of everybody's. And of course our PK. Our PK girl is the one that's healing from that serious infection. She had that, life-threatening parasite that almost took her out, so we're working on getting her plumped back up for winter. But that is our third and last of our pastures. So that is where our barn babies are spending their days. Thank you so much for coming along on our virtual tour, and we look forward to having you here in person. You'll see Miss America there in the background. No farm shot would be complete without her. Again, we found her on Facebook when we moved here and realized just how god-awfully expensive equipment is, bobcats and skid steers and all of that. So we went on Facebook to look for some old farming equipment and found this beautiful girl about 5 miles away. And of course, because we don't have anything, we actually had to drive her back. Chris drove her, it was about 40 degrees out, and I was behind him with my hazards on our car. We get the question, is she still working? And the answer is we use her every day. She's 19 52, I think. Chris is going to kill me if I get it wrong. We named her Miss America. Thank you, Angela. Very much an essential part of our farm. Of course, our puppies out doing what they do best, soaking in the sun. Thanks again for coming along. Hope to see you soon.